Good evening and welcome to Rochester Regional Stadium for the Section 1-3A championship game here between the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers and the number 3 seeded Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs.
The mood here is electric, but it wasn't earlier because they blew a transformer and had to get the lights back on. So I apologize to all the people out there in internet land that have been waiting for us to log in. 160 some I heard via the text messages.
Yeah, we appreciate those text messages keeping us in line as well. Big up to RPU coming out, lights flashing here. We showed up about 6 o'clock and it was dark. About 10 minutes later we had RPU come in with the flashing lights and the boom truck. Got up on the pole and a half hour later here we are. They got them going. Boys are out on the field getting warmed up, and we're excited because it's going to be a good one tonight.
Shout out to Mark Johnson, works for RPU. Even if it wasn't his, it was one of his teammates, I'm sure.
Nope. Good stuff, good stuff. So we're excited to get going here. Second time that these two teams have met this year. In week 7, I believe it was, PEM fell to the Bombers 52-26 up in Cannon Falls. It's a tough one for our boys in the black and gold up there. Cannon Falls, quality team, great rushing game.
Yeah, that game, if you did watch the stream up there, that was a pretty close game until the fourth quarter, and then things kind of went south for the Bulldogs. Connor McGuire throws an unfortunate pick 6 in the fourth quarter and things. And then they start to press a little bit, and it just kind of got out of hand at the end. Much closer game the score would indicate.
Yeah, absolutely. The most lopsided statistic in that game was the score. Looking back to that one, looked like Cannon Falls, we talked about the rushing game, had 381 yards on the ground that game against just 17 yards passing. They only made 2 passing attempts, both completions, 1 to each team.
Yeah, 2 for 2 the quarterback was with a pick.
While the Bulldogs in that one had 269 yards total, 209 of that through the air and only 60 on the ground.
To be fair, he did not need any of those 17 yards.
Nope, not at all. So looking at the stats, one of the things I noticed looking at conference stats for the year, Cannon Falls coming in with 6 of the top 14 rushers in the conference this season. Bulldogs, on the other hand, just 1 in that top 14, Hunter Tentis. He's going to be taking the majority of the carries, I would guess, for the Bulldogs tonight.
Right. In the interest of fairness, the Bulldogs are a pass-heavy team this year, so we're not expected to have a bunch of rushers in that top tier. Connor McGuire, top quarterback in the conference coming out of that Lake City game. Big win over the 2nd-seeded Tigers in Lake City. Came out the Tiger Kings on that one. We'll see the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers tonight, and the 3-seeded Bulldogs. And I think I gotta admit, I really love this Power T. I really, really do as an old school O-line coach, defensive coordinator guy. But she ain't exciting to watch unless you just like watch them wins.
No, and it's one of those defenses where it's tough to scheme for because you're probably only going to see it once a year, and there's nothing really like it that you're going to see the rest of the time. So we're probably, mid-season Bulldogs, I think we're looking at their base defense. We might look at them coming out tonight and having a little different look on defense.
Right, and that Power T is so different. It's not like when you're playing a veer, you're playing a wing tee, and you can put the veer in at practice, and you can run those plays all year. You can put your wing tee, and you can run all those counters all year. That Power tee, what do you spend 2 weeks putting that in to practice for 2 games? But here you go. You got to beat the Power tee to get to the state tournament.
Yep.
So
absolutely should be a fun one. A little bit windy tonight. The flag is unfurling beautifully here on the south side of the end zone.
Left or right on your radio dial.
One of those games where I think with this wind, if the Bulldogs are able to just temper the rushing game at all, the Bombers may have some trouble through the air.
They have to keep that Bomber offense off the field as much as they can. It's nice to score those, and you hate to say this, but we might need some 8 and 10 and 12 play drives instead of some 1 and 2 and 4 play drives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you get any lead whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely.
If you get any lead whatsoever, you want to get those those long sustained drives, 4, 5, 6 first downs, going 80 yards, taking 7, 8 minutes off the clock.
Good evening and welcome to Rochester.
Turn it over to ring announcer.
Tonight,
Someone.
It's the Section 1 Class 3A Championship game. Featuring the number 3 seed Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs, taking on the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers. This game is sanctioned by the Minnesota State High School League 1. Schools. The league and its member schools support sportsmanship and fair play. Please support tonight's players, coaches, and officials with positive sportsmanship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the visiting team, the Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldog players, coaches, student managers, and cheerleaders. And would you please welcome the home team, the Cannon Falls Bombers, players, coaches, student managers, and cheerleaders, the Bombers head coaches, Dan Myers. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps and direct your attention as we honor America and those who protect our freedom with our national anthem. Our nation's colors are being presented tonight by Cannon Falls BFW Post 4452. Would you please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors? And now, our national anthem, performed by the Cannon Falls Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Legbo.
That sounds like we're singing grade day. Huh? Okay, great.
Cannon Falls Pep Band with our national anthem. And thank you to BMW Post 4452 out of Cannon Falls for presenting our nation's colors. Well, the Bulldogs come into tonight's championship game with an 8-2 record. They are coached again by Tony Lamb. The Bombers have an 8-1 record of the season. They are coached by Dan Myers. Our officials from this contest, referees Ryan Buckingham, umpires Joel Nelson, line judge Greg Lamb, our linesman is Andy Gronowitz, and our back judge Todd O'Hara. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for high school championship football.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We had a rousing rendition of the national anthem by the Cannon Falls Pep Band.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, just a update here. We are about going to be starting this one about 50 minutes late here due to a power outage here at the Rochester Regional Stadium. RPU came out, got the lights on, going, so we're going to be looking here at kicking off at just about 7:50, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to be receiving.
They will be headed into the wind in the first quarter, so that will logically mean that they'll have the wind at their back in the second quarter.
Yes. Yeah. Kind of the same situation that we saw in the first game. Cannon Falls that was part of what hurt the Bulldogs last time is Cannon Falls scored at the end of the first half, started the ball with the second half, and then we got that quick pick six off of Connor McGuire.
Right. That stealing a possession is a big deal at every level. So
yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna have back deep. I'm going to guess that's Caden Peters going all the way back. He's going to be flanked by Peyton Schumacher on the far side. Or no, we're going to go too deep tonight with Peyton and Caden. Caden number 23, Peyton number 20 on the far side. Up backs are going to be number 29, Jason Files, and number 24, Johnny Evers.
Yeah, we got the ball in play.
It goes to Schumacher.
He's going to press it up the middle, see if he can get a look. He's going to be out to about the 23.
Yep.
You'll have to excuse Coach Matty and I while we get settled up here in our new friendly confines. This is our first road game.
Oh, yeah.
2 years of doing this.
Thanks to Section 1 for inviting us up here.
Yeah.
Giving us, this little piece of heaven up here on the east side. Appreciate the welcome. And you guys thought you got rid of us for the year, but oh no, we're back.
We're back.
We're back for one more.
I almost made a herpy joke, but I'm not going to do it.
I think you just did. All right, Bulldogs come out, led by number 2 quarterback in the conference, Connor McGuire, out the shotgun. Looks out to the far side. He hits.
He's
Jason
got some room. He's got room to run. He's up the far sideline.
Puts it back in for a few more.
He's going to be out to about the 40. That's a big hitter for the Bulldogs. Hey, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Connor McGuire, the number 1 quarterback in the conference, since the other one is not playing tonight.
Okay, we'll go with it. Statistically for the regular season, Connor coming in as number 2.
He was number 2 statistically, but he's the best quarterback in the conference still playing.
Yep, Connor's throwing for over 1,700 yards this season and 21 touchdowns, I believe.
He's learned a lot from quarterbacks coach Mike Nielsen.
Absolutely.
Bulldogs line up in that familiar gun formation, running back to the far side, Twins on the near side. Bulldogs get a nice little push at the offensive line. Hunter Tennis off left tackle. It's going to pick up about 4.
Yep, absolutely. Bulldogs like to hand it off to Tennis. Last few weeks we've seen quite a bit of Victor Martinez. He was playing that tight end position. He was in the backfield. They kind of run that power look. I don't know how much of that we'll see tonight. Cannon Falls has got a sizable group out there on defense, and I think the Bulldogs are going to try to take more advantage of their speed on the outside.
Victor actually started on the offensive line in the first half in that playoff game against Ambrota Mazeppa. Then in the second half, put his familiar number 2 back on and went back into the backfield and had some good yards running.
Back to Tennis here. He's
got a little room up the middle. That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs.
He is brought down by number 5, Colton Loschke. Loschke, the number 2 running back on the offensive side for the Bombers. All right. We've got Caden Peters running the play into McGuire. We got that front line of Prieto at the near side tackle. He's going to be flanked by number 73, Victor Martinez Sosa, the aforementioned. Center is going to be Caden Priest. Far
Carter
tackle.
Couts is going to be the far guard, and then we're going to have Cody Schneider at the far tackle, which is on the right side. We got Couts on the pull, a nice little kick.
Back to tennis.
Tennis is being a workhorse early on here, which is really important for the Bulldogs to establish that run to keep those Bomber defensive line honest so they're not just coming after McGuire in that gun.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can establish that running game, that's going to open up a lot on the outside for them later, forcing Cannon Falls to put maybe another person in the box and then take advantage of some of that speed on the outside.
Yep. Cannon Falls got 2 safeties back there. Here's a familiar trips and 1. Can you see that far safety? Is that number 9? Is that what I'm seeing? Maddox Bracken on the far
and there's
safety.
McGuire.
McGuire on the keep. He's going to be down inside the 10.
Absolutely. And talking to Coach Lamb this week, he said that one of the things that they were going to be looking to do was to get McGuire carrying the ball right up the middle if they were seeing that 2-safety look.
And we are seeing that. That number 9.
I think that's 5. That's Loesch.
Is it 5? That Loesch? Yeah, 6 foot, 190. Let's see, he looks bigger than that.
McGuire again to take up the middle.
He's going to be down inside the 5, near the 2.
Yep. The Bulldogs are going to have a couple shots at it here inside the 3-yard line.
Bulldog pretty prolific offense this year. Scoring points has not been their problem. The problem with Cannon Falls all year long for every single team that's played them has been getting that offense off the field.
Yeah.
Right, so
absolutely. Cannon Falls comes in, they're putting up just about 42 points a game. In their first 2 games, they only put up 21 and 17. So since then, they've been averaging well over 50 points a game, including a 74-point outing against Lake City.
In the section semis.
Last game of the regular season.
Oh, last game of the regular season. I'm sorry.
Yep. The Bombers went through Rochester, Lourdes to get to this one. Had a bye in the first round. Bulldogs met Zimbrota Mazeppa in the first round in Elgin, and then went over to Lake City for the upset in the 2-3 game.
Right, in a little bit of a revenge match from a game where the Bulldogs were -3 in the turnovers on kind of a misty, wet night. Bulldogs just about everybody on the offense had a little trouble hanging on to the ball last night. Put the ball on the ground a little more than we'd like. Here's that familiar Bulldog gun 1. Get a motion. Johnny Evers in motion. We're going to hand off tackle. McGuire on the keep. He's going to be down. He's not going to be in, but he's going to be probably inside the 1.
First big decision here for Coach Kevin Lamb. Do you take the 3 points, you try to push it in from 1? They do have a nice field goal kicker in Glenn Schmidt.
Looks like the offense is staying on the field here. That's putting a lot of faith in that Bulldog defense, that if we're not going to score here, which I'm planning on scoring, so we'll see Glenn Schmidt for the extra point, I'm sure. But, okay, here we go. Gun 1, Hunter Tennis on the far side, Trips on the far side. Yeah, it looks like Caden Peters on the near side. Check him out. Watch him on that slant. There's the gun. McGuire on the keep, and he is in for a touchdown!
Get their first score of the night!
Bulldogs go up 6-0, penning the extra point.
All right.
Hey, when you're in these trophy games, when you get to the section finals and things like that, hey, you can't take your foot off the gas. You can't leave any plays in the playbook. You got to go.
That's a big 6 points. That's a big first drive, not just because they scored, but that committal to the run. That's going to pay off in spades here later in the game if they can keep that running game going.
They maybe have one pass in that drive.
One pass, yeah, maybe the first one. First play, they hit Files for about 30 yards.
Glenn Schmidt for the extra point. It's up and good.
Puts her over the net.
Puts the Bulldogs up 7-0. That's going to be a little tough on Parker Matty if he's going to kick him over the net.
Yes, it is. Glenn put a little bit extra on that for the ladies, I think.
That was also, you get a little giddy up on that game ball spiking off the asphalt out there. I hope they had quite a few checked in.
Yeah, get a little extra stickiness on that ball there.
Throw a curveball later with a good scuff on it. How about them Braves?
Hey, I don't care as long as it wasn't Houston. All
Hey,
right.
you always got to have a former Twin get a World Series ring every year, don't you?
You can't have a hero without a villain.
That's true. Here, Glenn Schmidt is teeing it up for the Bulldogs, up 7-0. He's going to kick off into the wind. It'll be interesting to see. Glenn's kickoffs historically have a pretty good hang time. See if he tries to get this down and drive it a little bit, or if he just kicks it as normal. Cannon Bombers receiving core back there playing the short kick. Glenn's going to kick it to about the 20. Yeah, it's down in the corner. See if the Bulldogs can cover it up. And they do. It's going to be out to about the 35. We'll see that Bulldog defense come out. We'll see what Coach Wingert has in store for the Bombers.
Return there was number 2, Jonathan Banks. He is a junior coming in at 5'10", 175 for the Bombers.
One thing you won't be able to see from our camera view from up here is those Bomber offensive linemen are literally foot to foot down there. There is no gap between them, so that makes it hard to get the penetration that you want to slow down that power team. Looks like we got 4 down linemen. We're going to press the pace. Bulldogs get a little pressure, but he breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to be out to the 50.
That first carry goes to senior Riley Keenan, number 34. Bulldogs front line's going to have their hands full tonight, but the other thing to watch here with this Bomber offense is they'll run a lot of misdirection. All 3 running backs will come out of that pile looking like they have the ball, and the linemen and linebackers really got to be careful of who they're tackling there, or
just
tackle everybody.
The Bomber offense is going to really benefit from being the home team tonight with those dark jerseys with all the ball fakes. Now I'm going to go ahead and say off that first play, the result of it was not what the Bulldogs wanted. But on the beginning of that, we had penetration on that big line, and we had him in the backfield and slowed him down. But we are going to have to tackle. We are going to have to tackle tonight.
All right, that was the first flag of the game. They got the Bulldogs for encroachment there. That's going to be an extra 5 yards for the Bombers. So they'll see 1st and 5 from about the 42.
Coach Simon over here on the camera was calling a legal procedure on that, but it ended up being an encroachment.
He's a quick learner, he is.
He is a quick one for the Simon report. Quarterback looks like
that's
on the
Otto,
key. Bulldogs bottle that up. Good job by the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Looks like over there that's going to be Peyton, I think, coming off the bottom of that pile. Peyton Schumacher with the ankle tackle there. Wraps him up.
Again, we want to keep an eye on that Bulldog defense. We got to get off the field without giving up Bomber scores. Cook this now, a deliciously fruit dessert.
It was pointing we're almost to 500 people.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hey!
Bulldogs, another good defensive play, is going to make 3rd and. Are they going to call it a first down? They're going to call it a first down.
And right there you saw what we were talking about. 34, Keenan came out on this far side. Johnny Evers just went ahead and tackled him.
Absolutely.
And that was not a mistake probably on Johnny's part. He was told, if he looks like he has the ball, you tackle him no matter what. That play went right up the middle, a little bit of misdirection there.
This is a little bit like playing any kind of midline team, any veer option team, any of that stuff. Playing the Lured Eagles is assignment football. It's not flashy on defense, but everybody's got a job and everybody's got to get it done on every play. Right? There's a little. We see the Bulldogs tackling out here on the near sideline, and that is a good fake up the middle.
That's 26. That's Hommel. He got the Bulldogs for 177 yards. He's the leading rusher for the Bombers this season. He's
also the leading scorer. He's got 12 touchdowns on the season. All right, we're going to get into a little bit of obstructed view territory from the press box up here. There's a good grind and run for the Bombers for about 4.
Schumacher again on the tackle. Bulldog running looks like a 53 they're running right now in there.
It essentially is that 3-5 they've been running into that 3-4. and they've just taken those outside backers and put their hands on the ground and made them defensive ends to try and get a little push.
That one's off the far tackle. That is going to be
First down. The white hat calls a first down.
That's number 2 Banks there with that carry and first down.
So first and 10 Bombers. Ball is on the Bulldog 11-yard line.
All right. Bombers in that power T.
Gets down to the 2-yard line.
2.
Host of Bulldogs there on the tackle.
Now, it seems a little odd to see those Bulldogs tackling all those ball carriers on those ball fakes, but that's going to serve a purpose later.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to
absolutely.
wear, and it's going to wear, and it's going to wear. So it's, for lack of a better metaphor, I think it's going to be a war of attrition tonight, whoever can hang in there the longest. Big goal line stand here for the Bulldogs.
Quarterback Otto looks back to the sideline. Gets a lead blocker, and they get in.
There's a little blast pick. All right, so on the game, we've got 2 touchdowns, 1 passing play.
Yes.
Welcome to 1953.
I believe that was number 2 Banks there on that touchdown.
All right, Cannon Falls historically goes for 2 here, which out of that power T normally pays off for them. But if you can stop that, that's a big swing game-wise. To stop a 2-point play.
And they're going to string it out, and they get him.
Short! That's
Peters.
a big play.
Caden Peters with a nice open field tackle on the outside. They tried to get it to 34 Keenan. The line did a nice job, and linebackers are stretching that out, and Peters made a very nice tackle.
Millville 7, Cannon Falls 6.
All right, so we have got a 7-6 ball game here in Rochester. We got 3:12 left in the first quarter. Again, we're getting that late start as we had a little bit of an electricity issue here at the Rochester football stadium at RCTC. Looking elsewhere, the winner of this one in the first round of the state tournament is going to be playing the 4A champion. And as we're looking at scores here, that's
Section 4, AAA.
AAA, not 4A.
4 teams in that section.
4 teams in that section. And in that championship game right now, just before halftime, it is Breck 19, St. Croix Lutheran 7.
Breck, I believe, the 1 seed in that section with a 4-4 record.
Yeah, elsewhere at Mayfield here in Rochester,
Ball's in
Casson
play.
Manorville is taking out Byron. Casson up 28-0 in that one.
That ball's going to be in the end zone, and per high school league rules, that's going to come out to the 20.
So Casson up 28-0 on Byron. We've got Maple River up 19-12 over Blooming Prairie, and Chatfield up 38-7 over Goodhue. Chatfield being the lone team to beat the Bombers this season. That one was a 44-34 victory for Chatfield. So even in that one, Bombers putting some numbers on the scoreboard.
Bulldogs from their own 20-yard line.
All right, here comes that Bulldog offense. Connor McGuire's got the huddle. We'll see if we go back to the run.
Yep. All right, so McGuire is flanked by Tentis, on the near side. We've got
Tennis
Peyton.
is going to get the carry. He's going to be off left tackle. He's going to be bottled up there.
Yep.
He's going to be no gain or a short loss.
Yep.
And goes to Hunter Tennis.
For those of you out in internet land tuning into the live stream, we actually have 2 live streams going
live
tonight.
streams tonight.
Cannon Falls has their own live stream going, and there's a chance that I think the links might have got crossed or something, so if you didn't tap in the right place. So there is a Cannon Falls stream and there is a Bulldog stream tonight. So don't know if you can hear that. The student section is getting fired up.
After it, shaking the camera a little bit.
McGuire takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's got
Nice
a man
time.
open.
Ooh.
Oh! That slant pass is going to be there with those two tall safeties, too. That open field in the middle.
Yeah, he was looking for Files. Maybe if he had a half second longer, I think Files could have gotten a little bit more open across the middle, but Cannon Falls was bringing some good pressure as well.
That two high safeties leaves that middle of the field open. It takes the fade ball away, gives your corners help on that deep outside route. But it's a little tough on the deep post, because if you can get on the inside shoulder of that safety and get him kind of chasing you on the top, all the quarterback's got to do is throw it to Green then.
All right, so we got twins right for the Bulldogs. And we got a Singleton out here on the near side. That's Schumacher. McGuire drops back, and they set up the screen for Johnny Evers. He's got a little bit of room.
He's going to be out close to a first down.
No, that's the first marker.
Oh, that's okay.
So he does get a pickup there of about 6-7 yards, and we're going to see third and probably, or excuse me, third? It's like fourth. Excuse me, we're going to see 4th and 7.
I'm on the obstructed view of the press box right now. So
usually it's just because you can't see over the window.
Yeah, it's usually.
All right, so the Bulldogs come out here on 4th down. They're going to bring out, looks like Jacob Fable is the punter tonight for the Bulldogs, punting into the wind.
Here at Rochester Stadium, this is Lourdes High School's home field. They used to play at John Marshall, but they evacuated out of there, and now they play here. Shout out to Brian Erkey if he's out there in listening land. And shout out to Craig Erkey, Bulldog legend Craig Erkey, also out there in listening land.
Came in there with some trickery in that 651 area code.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right, so the Bombers are going to take over at the Bulldog 38 here. Bulldogs are going to have to do.
Yeah, short field for the Bombers here. It's going to be tough sledding for the Bulldogs. We got to make something happen here. That was a pretty good play.
Yep, Keenan tackled by Peters there, number 23 for the Bulldogs. Yellow sleeves tonight, Brian, so keep that in mind as you're looking for him out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you got to keep them under 4. Right, you got to keep them under 3 per carry because they're going to go 4 downs.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Almost every time. And I'm no math scientist, but 4 times 3 is 12. That's first down.
All right, nice play there by the Bulldogs. Just a pickup of about 1 or 2 for the Bombers there. They gave it to Hamel.
For those of you checking in late and expecting us to be a little closer to halftime, we had a late start here at Rochester Regional Sports Stadium where we had a little electrical problem. The lights did come on late. We got started about 45 minutes late. We had a tough 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs here. Bulldog got him wrapped up in a backfield. That's going to be short.
That is going to be short, but they're going to have another shot at it here because, as you said, they're in 4-down territory, which is pretty much the whole field for the Bombers.
Johnny Evers puts the quarterback on the ground, which, again, that war of attrition, they're carrying out that fake. Those Bulldog defenders are going to tackle anybody that looks like they have the ball.
And both teams are going to have a chance here to talk about this 4th down because we just reached the end of the first quarter in Rochester. Bulldogs up 7-6 against the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers.
That was a quick first quarter.
Well,
with both pass plays.
4 passing plays and a couple of sustained drives there.
Yeah.
Tentis picking up some nice yardage for the Bulldogs, as is quarterback Connor McGuire. Bulldogs have a whole slurry of guys carrying the ball. Banks ultimately got the touchdown. Hamel had a nice run earlier. Keenan's had a few carries for them. But where we stand right now is we're going to have 4th and 2. Bulldogs here are going to have first chance to turn over the Bombers. Opening drive, Bulldogs go the length of the field, score a touchdown. Bombers exchange blows there, come back with a touchdown of their own, missing on the 2-point conversion. The second Second possession for the Bulldogs ended up in a punt, and we are here at just the second possession for the Cannon Falls Bombers.
Yeah, this is an interesting scenario for Coach Winger in the defense because you really want to sell out because it's a 4th and short for the Bombers. But if you sell too much and they get past those linebackers, it might give up a quick score. Right, there it is. Inside get run. They're going to be.
It's going to be close.
It's gonna be close.
I think he's got it.
I think he's got it, but
Yep. He does, and I'll tell you what happened there, though, too, is the Bulldogs got a little bit of penetration. Quarterback ran into that first back through a little bit, got held up a little bit. Cannon Falls was fortunate that the Bulldogs weren't able to wrap up that running back.
Right.
All right, so a fresh set of downs here for Cannon Falls. Otto, the quarterback, under center. He turns and gives it to number 34, Keenan. He's got a couple of blockers out in front of him.
Interesting thing you'll see when you watch that Cannon Falls offensive line that they do very, very, very well. They hit that pile, and you notice this a lot in the college game and the NFL especially anymore. On a short yardage play, they'll hit that pile, and those offensive linemen actually will peel around behind and push the pile. You can't aid the runner, but you can push the pile, and you'll see those Cannon Falls offensive linemen do that, and the running backs as well. Good play by the Bulldogs there. It's going to put us in a 3rd and about 4.
Yep.
Long 3, short 4.
It's Banks again with the carry for Cannon Falls.
One thing you also have with when making the Cannon Falls work 3-4 yards at a time, every snap is a chance for a mistake, whether it's a holding penalty, whether it's a fumble, whatever it is.
It's currently clear at 50 degrees.
Apparently it's clear and 50 degrees out.
Thanks, Siri. All right, so we're looking at 3rd and 2. And they're going to get another first down.
Yep, that's going to be another first down. One thing that happens here, and when you're watching this Cannon Falls offense, you kind of have to shift your brain a little bit. I think, especially when they're playing from behind here, right, the longer you can make their drives and limit their quick strikes, I think it plays into the Bulldogs' hands here.
Yeah, it's one of those games where those turnovers could be huge in this one because the drives are so sustained. So Bulldogs and Bombers have to do a nice job of taking care of the ball.
Quarterback on the keep.
He's hit by
Prieto right at the line of scrimmage. He might have got one.
Give a little shout out to Martine. Might look on your program a little bit undersized. Big, strong kid. Nobody spends more time in the weight room than Martine Prieto for the Bulldogs. Sophomore year, starting middle linebacker, breaks his leg over in Stewartville.
In a game that we were leading, and then things kind of went south on us without our man in the middle there.
Came back hungry, hits the weights. Now he's playing that nose tackle and tackle position on the defense for the Bulldogs, and he has just been a bright spot for our defense all year.
Appears to be playing a defensive tackle tonight in that 5 front. Looks like we got maybe McNallen playing the nose, right? There's going to be another short gain for the Bombers. It's going to make it 3rd and about 5-ish, right? 3rd and about 5. Interesting scenario here. If the Bombers are able to manufacture a first down here, they're going to have a 1st and goal from about the 3, maybe even the 2.
Man, I'll tell you what. Going into the wind here, I'd bring everybody, put them all on the line right now.
Oh,
Bombers
absolutely. That is indeed Colt McNallen on the nose. Yes, that is a tackle for loss by Johnny Evers.
It was, but that guy didn't have the ball. So, but the Bulldogs still did stop him about 3 yards short. So, just goes to show you how good the
ball fakes are.
Ball fakes are out there.
Absolutely.
All right. Bulldogs faithful going to make some noise here as we're looking at 4th and 3 from the Bulldogs 7-yard line.
All right, I don't know if you can hear the Bulldog faithful stomping those metal bleachers.
Yeah,
they're making some racket.
Our cameraman, Coach Simon, has not had too much coffee. That's just the bleachers shaking.
Referees blow the whistle. Timeout, Cannon Falls. I want to take a look at it. I wonder if I would venture to guess they'll come out in that power T formation and maybe run it off either right or left tackle.
That's
probably a couple of ball fakes in there. Quarterback might keep it, might not.
That is a bold statement. Way to play the percentages on that one, Coach. No wonder you're such a good defensive coordinator when you coach.
You have to take all of your variables into account.
I'll tell you what.
You know, quite honestly, all joking aside, 4th and 3 might not be the worst time for a little play action tight end dump here for the Falls Bombers.
I don't see him passing, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Otto keep it after faking those handoffs.
Right.
You know, we joke a little bit about this offense, but they are doing a nice job of running here. Bulldogs have the #1 defense in the red division this year. This is not a bad Bulldog defense. This is Cannon Falls they've got this what is it called again? Power T. They've just got this thing nailed.
You know, this is a Bulldog defense that held Lake City to 7 points last week.
Yep. They go up the middle, and I think it's going to be close.
He's going to be short.
It's going to be close. Bulldogs, of course, think they got it.
It is going to be, I think it's short. Let's see what the referee said. Hey, referees are taking the Cannon Falls game ball out of play and bringing the Bulldog game ball in. Looks like the Bulldogs are going on offense.
White hat Ryan Buckingham hails from beautiful Casson, Minnesota. Going to hand the ball over to the Bulldogs here, and they're going to take over on their own 7-yard line.
Really important for the Bulldogs to manufacture some yards here and some first downs.
Yes.
I don't know if we necessarily need to score, but we have to flip the field.
Yep.
Have to flip the field. That's a big stop on a short field for the Bombers.
Well, it'll be interesting now with the wind at our backs. Will we try to pass it, get downfield a little bit more with the passing
like
game?
Hunter Tennis on the carry for about 4.
There is a pretty good wind coming right now.
Straight down the field, looks like. Up to 527 unpaid attendance on the internet.
Well, we wish you were here supporting your Bulldogs, but we're happier online as well.
If you are, as your cousin Vinny would say, on the YouTube.
Looking at it, just looking.
Just going to slide right past that one?
Yeah, I am. 18-mile-an-hour wind right now at the back of the Bulldogs. So,
you know, and you would think that would aid the quarterback, but it does change the throw a little bit. You know, the putting a touch on the ball really changes. Connor threw a nice ball early in the first quarter into the wind, and I don't know. He plays on both sides of the ball, so I don't know how many balls he's thrown with the wind at his back on the sideline.
Here on the near side, number 7, Krinke for the Bombers, given a big.
Johnny Evers on the carry. He's going to pick up another 3 or 4. It's going to make it a manageable 3rd and a couple.
But one to watch here. The cornerback on the near side, given about an 8-yard cushion to Schumacher on the near side here when they got the single over here. They're a little tighter on that far side, but maybe hitting Schumacher with a quick hitter, getting the ball into his hands as quick as possible, letting him pick something up.
Okay, so I'm being informed by the greatest spotter on the planet Earth, one Paul Arsvold, that had a penalty early on a chop block, so it is now 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
To be fair, he's the 2nd best Arsvold spotter.
That is true.
Val.
McGuire's got a man open down the sideline. It's going to be just out of bounds. That's a perfect example of having that wind at your back and not having thrown very many balls there. That, I guarantee you the Bulldogs will come back to that play.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
That's there.
Schumacher on the near side had a step on number 7, Krinky. That ball just floated out of bounds. I don't know if it got a little push on the wind or if it was just a little bit wide, but that was about 3 yards out of bounds, just wide of Schumacher.
McGuire had his man. Schumacher is the guy he likes on that 3 pattern. It's when you're running that fade route, you want to press that corner to the inside, so when the quarterback throws it over the wide receiver's outside shoulder, he can work toward the sideline and have room to catch that ball. Schumacher may have not given himself quite enough room to work. McGuire on the keep. He's going to get the first down and a bunch more. He's going to be out close to the 30.
Saw that jet action there. Files coming across. McGuire pulls it out. Saw that opening up the middle. Again, we saw that on the opening drive for the Bulldogs as well there with McGuire pulling it out when he saw those 2 safeties and saw those linebackers. If they were cheating out and biting on that jet sweep fake.
One thing the Bulldogs have this year is an abundance of speed. So getting some success on that jet sweep with that fast motion on that inside handoff from McGuire, that really opens up the keep there. All right, Bulldogs in that 2-back power formation. It's like McGuire's going to slide the pocket. He's got a man open. Oh, just a little tall.
Yep.
Again, the wind at the back may have affected that a little bit.
Yep. Looked like that route might have been cut off just a little bit short as well there by Schumacher. He kind of squared that one out. But like to see the Bulldogs taking those shots downfield.
And you know what that does, and even an incomplete pass, especially a really close one like that fade ball and that deep out, that forces that Cannon Falls defense to loosen up and play the pass, right? Which is, and Tennis has been effective already. Johnny Evers has been effective on that jet sweep, right? It's all cumulative. It all builds on itself.
Oh, that's wide open in the center right now. They got the twins on both sides.
Oh, look at that open. Oh, look at the good carry up the middle. He's going to get a couple hard yards. Right, it's going to make it 3rd and 7. It's probably been 10 years ago now that we had a unfortunate incident down in Wabasha where a Bulldog player went out of bounds and ran into the chain gang, and one of those guys unfortunately broke his leg. But what I'm getting at here is that as you look at the sideline, sometimes it's a little difficult to gauge whether it's a first down or not, because the chain gang has to stand back 6 feet from the sideline, and the chain is not always taut.
Might have been a little easier to see the chain gang if we were on the other side.
Ooh! 4th and long here. I'd venture to guess we'll see the Bulldog punt team. Yep, here comes Ashton Kish out to punt. Had not a terrible punt into the wind. Hopefully we can get a good punt with
Different
the wind
punter.
at our back.
First, we had Fable.
First.
Was the first punter. This one, Kish.
Kish.
Kicking, sophomore, big leg.
Big kid.
Big kid.
Yeah, it's, I think placed in the section in disc, I believe, last spring.
Cannon Falls just got one guy deep here.
It's a good snap. Ball is away. Nice punt. Let's see if we can get a good Bulldog bounce. That's going to be down at the 25. So Bombers will take over on their own 25. 26, according to the announcer on the other press box.
Well, that was not a terrible drive for the Bulldogs. Picked up a couple first downs. Did flip the field, putting the Cannon Falls Bombers back on their own 26 here.
That's what I was just going to say. Able to flip the field, which is a big, big deal. Bulldog defense getting a little more confidence all the time. What you don't want to do is to start trying to do more than your job. You have one job to do, and you've got to keep doing it all the time. Played Lourdes High School in a section final game down here one year, and Nate Tiki Clough had about 20 or 21 tackles in a game where we really played very well assignment football, and his job was to tackle the ball every time, and he did.
I mean, isn't that the goal on every time in defense is to tackle the ball?
It is great analysis like that that
Quit-
makes this
quit shaking
broadcast
your head.
worth every penny.
All right, good play there. There is Martine with the tackle there. He was wrapping up on number 2, Banks, we'll call it.
The Bulldog faithful in the stands getting a little rowdy up here in a good way. 3.5 to go. Bulldogs lead 7-6. It's a 3rd and 7 for the Bombers, which is not a scenario they're used to, especially deep in their own territory. All right, here's that power T under center. The snap and the fake looks like a
keeps
keep.
it. Oh,
he's got a little
had a
room.
chance at him. He's
Had
gonna
a
get the
chance
first
at him. He's
down.
going to get a first down.
Who was that in the backfield there? Johnny?
One thing the Bulldog defense has going for it now is there's 3 minutes left in the half.
Yep.
So unless the Bombers decide to throw the ball, which they have yet to do, the clock is really not their friend, trailing by 1 here.
I'll tell you what, I noticed on that last play, Bulldogs have been going all in on the run. They were playing a little bit back. They had those D-backs off just a little bit further on that long
There's a
third
little
down.
inside counter. He's going to be out close to the 50. Bulldogs again tackling everyone possible.
Been a pretty clean game so far. Each team with one penalty. One timeout taken earlier on a 4th down by Cannon Falls. So it's late start, but going quick, a lot quicker than the Lake City game for sure.
Yes. I think we've had a half a dozen passes and maybe 3 incompletes. That's that tough keep up the middle.
That's 30. Callahan Anderson is his great name. Callahan Anderson.
That is a great
with the
name.
carry. Gets the first down for the Bulldogs. Cannon Falls showing some tempo here as they're getting to the line quick.
Yeah, they're in their 2-minute here. That's a very short gain for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs again tackling that quarterback on the rollout. Quarterback calling for plays. Wants to get that play in and get up to the line in a hurry. They would like to steal a score here before the half. They will be receiving that second half kick. Bulldogs get a good push. Number 2 is going to be down to about the 36.
That's Banks with the carry. John Banks with the carry. Caden Peters with the tackle.
Cannon Falls right up to the line. There's a little inside.
Oh, maybe the hold.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I saw that coming off that far side.
Yep, we're gonna have a little
gonna
hanky on the field here.
It will stop the clock for the Bombers, but they are going to be pushed back 10 yards here.
Let's see what the call is here. Coach Simon is calling a legal procedure. Let's see what we get. Oh!
Okay.
All right, there you go.
I thought we were going to get a hold call there.
I thought we were
side.
too. All right, there we go. That is
Well, that was hurtful and unnecessary.
very beneficial for the Bombers. So here we go. Bombers down to about the 17.
1st and 10 Bombers from the Bulldogs 16-yard line.
All right. Here we go. We got a $1:20. Clock is running.
Going up
He's
the middle again.
Up hard up the middle. That's number 26. Carson Hamill.
Tackled by Victor Martinez Sosa. Again, going with some tempo here. They're quick to the line.
Yeah, there's a guard pulling around to the right and leading up the hole. That's that power play. Very similar. Cannon Falls got 2 brothers, Hofstad brothers, playing up at North Dakota State University, and that is a NDSU staple, is bringing that guard around and leading up the hole. At NDSU, they call it power. Yeah, we got an injured bomber on the field, so we'll have a little break here with 55 seconds to go. Both teams will get a chance, get a little water in their players, talk it over. Cannot see who the injured player is. Hopefully it's not serious. It appears to be more than a cramp, so.
All right, let's take a tour around the scores here in the area.
Do that.
Over at Mayo High School, we got Casson Manorville versus Byron. Byron coming off a big win against unbeaten Stewartville. Casson ahead in that one, 42-0. In the 4-3A game, which the winner of this one will take on in the opening round of the state tournament, it is still Breck 19, St. Croix Lutheran 7.
I believe that was the score early in the second quarter, was it not?
Yeah, yes,
so
it
it's been
was.
a 0-0 game for quite some time.
Breck scored 19 in the first quarter in that one. So
we got a Cannon Falls player walking off under his own power. That's good news. So we'll be back to play here with 55 seconds.
Quickly here, 2A, Chatfield up 38-7 over Goodhue. And in 1A, Rushford Peterson 7, Fillmore Central 0.
All right, here we go. Bulldogs down here in the shadow of their own goalpost again. See if they can get a stop. They got him wrapped up. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
Nope, they're going to.
They did give it to him. They did give it to him.
Got pushed back a little bit there after first contact.
Just where I was watching the side judge walk out, looked like they were going to be about a yard short. All right, Cannon Falls really pushing the pace because do not want to run out of time. Bulldogs have to really dig deep here. All right, there's that counter play.
Back that time.
Oh, they had him. Effort. They had him. Second effort puts him in the end zone. That's going to put the Bombers up 12-7. I would venture to guess here that we will see them go for 2 to put them up to 7. All right, now that is an interesting score strategically because Cannon Falls scores right before the half. We're going to go into halftime, regroup. They're going to get the ball coming right out of that half. So we'll see what happens there. This is another big 2-point play here. Oh, looking to throw. Bulldogs in good coverage. He's in trouble, scrambling around. He's going to be short. That's a big play. That's a big play because now Bulldogs score again. Extra point puts them up 2.
So that's 12-7 now. Cannon Falls takes the lead with 22 seconds left.
Be interesting to see what the Bulldogs, if they come out slinging or if they just come out and run and want to. Problem is, you got the wind at your back. You take a shot.
Yeah.
Down the field.
I think you got to here. I think you got to take advantage here. 22 seconds, that wind at your back. You're going to go through a whole nother quarter where you won't have that benefit. And plus, with Cannon Falls coming out with the ball in the second half, you don't want them to have that opportunity to come right back out and double you up again.
Right now, Caden Peters has had a great year special teams wise. Now would be a nice time for him to get the ball in his hands and make a play. And maybe, I don't know if he can, we can't expect a score, but if we could get a nice return, get out to about the 35-40, shorten the field up, give McGuire a chance to get a ball down in the middle of that field. I guarantee you we'll see those 2 high safeties again coming out with 22 seconds to play, and there'll probably be plenty of cushion too.
A little surprised at how far those backs are off the
especially
off the ball
with
here
especially with Cannon kicking into the wind. All right, here goes the ball in play, and it's an onside kick. Oh, son of a gun. I think Cannon Falls is going to recover that.
It was unfortunate deal. Caught the Bulldogs looking there. Kicked it right off the Bulldog player.
Took a
and
hop.
Recovered it.
Took a hop, came right off the Bulldog player's chest.
Interesting call there by Cannon Falls.
Well, you know what it does, though? It keeps the ball out of Peter's hands.
Well, it keeps the ball out of Peter's hands, but if they don't get that one there, Bulldogs are right within striking distance on a long pass play. So, but Cannon Falls does recover. They're going to take over with 18 seconds left.
Let's see what they pull out of the hat here. if they try and do a little play action like they did on that 2-point conversion, or if they come back to that power T grind. Looks like it's going to be
Right
the
up the middle,
first
the
back
Hummel.
through. Good play by the Bulldogs. 12 seconds.
I'm guessing. Oh, we're gonna get a timeout. Cannon Falls.
Timeout, Cannon Falls. Cannon Falls apparently thinks they could put one in the end zone here with 12 seconds to go.
Well, why wouldn't
Or
you?
at
If you're
least- well,
Cannon Falls, you got a
exactly.
couple timeouts. You get the ball back.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, with 12 seconds left at the 45, you get pretty good confidence in their offense that they can cover those yards and maybe a play or two. I can't imagine we'd have more than 2 snaps here, would we? With 12 seconds to go.
Steve Du Bois always told me the average length of a high school football play was 6 seconds. So
That's what I'm saying. The only way we might get 3 plays is if Cannon Falls threw a quick hitter and it was either an out route that goes out of bounds or incomplete. Then we might see 3 plays.
yeah, I'll tell you what. These are going to be 2 big plays for the Bulldogs.
Yes.
Need to stop the Bombers here before the half, just score-wise, because we know that Cannon Falls is going to be able to control the clock, but also just mentally getting a stop here will be big for the Bulldogs.
Quarterback on the keep. He's tackled from behind.
That's John Evers there with the tackle.
Don't call it timeout. That's going to be the half. And that'll do it.
All right.
Bulldogs down 12-7.
12-7. Not a bad half, though,
No.
for the Bulldogs.
I got to say, this is probably, for the Cannon Falls offense, maybe a little concerning for them.
Oh.
They probably have not been stymied like this in quite a few games, probably since the Chatfield game. How many points did they score in that Chatfield game?
30, they
remember?
put 34 up there.
Okay, so probably not since the first Lourdes game then.
Yep, they're averaging about 42 points per game. So the
Right.
Bulldogs have them well under their average. We know the Bulldogs can score in short order, so Bulldogs got to be pretty happy. I mean, they didn't want to give up that last touchdown with 22 seconds left, but they got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, it'll
Other
be-
than that,
I think it'll be incredibly important coming out at the beginning of the second half for the Bulldog defense to get off the field without giving up a score.
yep, absolutely. That first possession will be an important one for both teams.
Because then it's just a one-score game,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You get down to this team by 2 scores, and they can grind that clock. And the clock was not their friend at the end of the half. There, they ended up scoring with the 20 seconds left, something like that. And we saw them go into that hurry-up mode, which I don't think they were really comfortable with. It ended up working out for them. But
Well, and the other thing that was as a benefit to the Cannon Falls Bombers was that face mask call. That's 15 yards, stop the clock for the Bombers.
Yes.
That was a big play. And I'll tell you what, that's one of those things. Those are some of those mistakes that the Bulldogs got to completely cut out of the second half,
Yes.
because those are the things that the Bulldogs can't do if they're going to beat the Bombers.
and honestly, second penalty, I think, against the Bulldogs in the game. Maybe
Yeah,
the
only
third.
three for the game,
third.
I think, for either team. Bulldogs and the Bombers playing a pretty clean half.
Right. I honestly don't think we're going to get much call-wise on that Cannon offensive line, because everything is so tight down there that even if and it's all happening, you could call a hold on every play, but you just can't see anything in there. It's just such a chaotic mess in there. It's like a road grader going through the snow and throwing slush everywhere.
All right, well, we are going to take a time out here as well on our live stream. We are going to turn off the mics here for a second. We will be back in about 10 minutes here, a little less than 10 minutes for the second half, as it's the Section 1-3A championship game. Cannon Falls Bombers versus the Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs. We will be turning our sound off, so do not worry. We will return.
Before we go to mute, I want to give a shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation for all the support they give all of our co-curricular activities, from theater to your sports to all of it. And they just do everything for the kids. So if you have a chance to donate to them, do that.
Yep, can't say
We'll
it
see you in
enough.
a couple All right, welcome back to RCTC Regional Stadium. We have a little bit of an interesting scenario unfolding. It'll probably wind up being nothing, but we ran down to 0 at the halftime clock, and they put the extra time back on like they always do, and then it ran down again, and they put more time back on the clock, which was a little strange, especially when Cannon Falls came out of the locker room late. Maybe they didn't get the word inside that they were supposed to come out, but usually you have an assistant coach or somebody watching that clock and barking at them to get out here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Probably nothing, but at least it gives us something to talk about as we go into the second half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. Bulldogs come out. Bulldogs came out in this one, opening drive down the field, get the touchdown, go up, kick the extra point, go up 7-0. On the ensuing drive, the Bombers come down, score a touchdown on their own, get stopped on the 2-point conversion. Then it was a pretty even half, a little bit back and forth. 22 seconds left, Bombers score their second touchdown of the half. And now here in the second half, Bombers are going to start with it.
Right, which is Bulldogs are going to have to get off the field here, I think, in this first half. Hey, I just want to give a shout out not only to the Bulldog Nation Foundation, but Bulldog hero Ben Peter out there on the live stream. Little chilly for those spring coaches here in the fall at the.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
All right. So again, White Hat Ryan Buckingham letting the crowd know that they did have a delay of game penalty against the Bombers.
There you go.
So they are going to have Bulldogs are going to be kicking into the wind, but from their own 40, from the Bomber 45.
This will honestly be to great advantage to the Bulldogs.
How is it going to be a free kick? You're going to drop kick this? I'm just wondering because I don't see a T. Has he got the T?
He's got it there. Yeah, he's got it. All right.
That is a
shout out to all of the Bulldog faithful, whether they're at Deer Camp, wherever they're at out there, tuning in on the live stream. We got 494. If you got friends and family out there that aren't tuned in, get them on. Let's get 6 more on there. Let's get to 500. I feel like Jerry Lewis at the telethon. Bulldogs put the ball into play. That's going to be down to about the 10. Bulldogs get downfield. He's got a little room to the outside. Gets tackled at about the 20. That is going to be to the Bulldog advantage. So
that's the furthest
in the end zone or a return to the 20. Horse apiece. So that's a good play for the Bulldogs. Here we go. Let's see if we can set that Bulldog offense. Looks like we have Colton McNallen is going to be playing on the nose.
McNallen on the nose. We got Prieto down there at a tackle. 73, Victor Martinez Sosa. He's playing an end position.
Cody Schneider playing tackle. So at the nose you got McNallen. Over the guards you have Prieto and Schneider. You have that's a good defensive play by the Bulldogs, making the Bombers grind it out. Bombers no stranger to the grind. But so our defensive ends then are Sosa and
we got 26 Logan Dietrich. 26 Logan Dietrich's playing in that tackle position down there for the Bulldogs.
Well, we must want a little speed in there.
Dietrich just a freshman.
Bulldogs bottle that one up. That's a good play by the Bulldogs. It's a third and very manageable for this power team, but the Bulldogs have been really making the Bombers earn their keep.
Here we go, Bulldogs. We talked about this being an important first possession for both teams. Bulldogs looking at 3rd and 5 here.
Like Connor McGuire at the outside linebacker on the far side. We got Johnny Evers at the outside linebacker on the near side. Priest in the middle. They bottled that up. That's going to make a 4th down. Every one of these 4th downs is a one more hit on the stone for the Bulldogs, getting their energy up, and holding that Cannon Falls motivation down.
I do think that Cannon Falls is going to go for it here, but an interesting position being on their own 27, turning the ball over here to the Bulldogs in this position.
On downs.
On downs. They will go for it. I'll tell you what, that front line better stay pat here for the Bulldogs. You do not want to give them a free one.
And you don't want to give them a freebie here.
Got it strung out. It got it strung out.
Bulldogs are going to take over on down.
Right there. No gain for the Bombers.
Huge emotional play for the Bulldogs.
Peyton Schumacher, I believe, and Colton McNallen over there on the tackle.
Did a good job stringing that out to the sideline. Bomber running back had a decision. He could turn it back to the teeth of that number 1 Bulldog defense, or he could run out of bounds short of the first down. Didn't have much of a choice there. Had to turn back and take his chances. Bulldogs wrap him up. Bulldogs take over on downs with 10 to go in the third quarter here. On their about the 27.
Yeah, 27-yard line here for Connor McGuire and his
Short
squad.
field going into the wind. We got trips to the left, single receiver on the far side. Looks like Caden Peters over there in the yellow sleeves. McGuire on the read. He's going to keep, but they're going to wrap that up. McGuire had a great first half on the keep. I guarantee you that defensive coordinator for Cannon Falls has got some sort of spy, something going on McGuire, which is going to open things up for tennis. It's going to open things up on that jet sweep. It's going to open things up on the pass.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little different look from the Bulldog offense. As we showed, as we talked about in the pregame, Bulldogs put up 218 yards through the air the first time these two teams met, and only 60 on the ground. Bulldogs committed to running the ball this go-round, and we've seen that flip-flop from the Bulldogs all playoffs long. Starting the year, Bulldogs were going to the air or staying on the ground about 35% of the time. That's gone up to 53 here in the 2 playoff games.
Very balanced offense. You got a good slant route. That's going to be about a gain of about 5 or 6. It's going to put us at about 3rd and 5. This is definite 4-down territory. Here's a question. In the wind, how close do you have to give Glenn Schmidt a shot?
Well, and that extra point, he put her over the net here at Rochester Regional Sports Stadium.
So right now you're looking at a 37-yarder from the 20.
I'd be very surprised if the Bulldogs took a field goal here.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying a field goal here, but I'm saying how close do you get in to give him a shot before it's gimme points. McGuire on the keep. He's going to be down close to a first down. If not, he's going to be there. Some high-quality camera work from Coach Matt Simon over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're seeing here from the Bulldogs is just that mix-up, little chess match here. We're going to pass the ball a little bit. We're going to have a quarterback keeper. We're going to hand it off to Tennis. Keep those Cannon Falls Bombers on their heels here, guessing where is he going to come out. Bulldogs have a lot of weapons here, and we're seeing quite a few of them here already in the second half.
Coach Lamb maybe taking a page out of his mentor Bill Erkey's playbook when it comes to calling plays. And Bill occasionally would, whatever he thought he should be calling, he would call something the opposite. If he thought he should run, he would call a pass.
There's Tentis there.
And that really throws the tendencies off of that defensive coordinator.
Tentis there gets upended, but not before he picks up a gain of 5.
Yeah, he would have liked to had an extra step on that one. He was a little frustrated. He got tripped up. Somebody just caught his shoelace on the way by. Hey, we're up to 595, buddy.
595.
We have 5 more. Hey,
all 5 of your friends. We get to 600, and
I'll give Paul Larsvold a kiss on the lips. All right, there's a little swing pass to Johnny Evers. He's got room.
And
he's going to score! That's Johnny Evers through the house. That's a big score for the Bulldogs.
A big score for the Bulldogs. Evers gets in. We talked about it. That running game is going to open some things up. I think that's exactly what we saw right there. Got that quick hitter to Evers on the outside. Plenty of room to take advantage of his speed and quickness out there. Makes it easily into the end zone.
We'll see if Glenn Schmidt can drill this extra point like he did earlier. Maybe Parker Matty get a chance to run it around a little bit and warm up. He was up here in the press box looking a little chilly. That's up, and it is good by about a foot.
Yep. Glenn brought out the pitching wedge for that one. Put away the driver, brought out the pitching wedge, drops it right over the goalpost, rolls back into the end zone.
Yeah, maybe he had his sand wedge, and maybe he thought he had his pitching wedge and had his sandy and left her just a little shorter than he wanted.
Looks the same way on the scoreboard.
It does look the same way on the scoreboard.
And the scoreboard has the Bulldogs up 14-12 here in the second half. Again, probably should be pretty close to ending this game. Got about a 50-minute late start here.
And a little bit of a rolling blackout here when we got here at 6 o'clock.
Yep. Somebody didn't pay the bills, and there was no lights. We came out 50 minutes later. Boys got on the field to start this one. So we do have 7:13 left here in the third quarter. Good news is those folks from those other games, those other live streams, are going to be able to tune into this one because theirs are going to be over.
We're up to 598. If we can get 2 people from the other game, we'll be at 6. Unpaid attendance.
Even if you're already on, just log on to your phone.
There you go. Here comes, we put the ball in play over the head. That's going to be down inside the 5. Bulldogs down to cover it up, get a little room. They're going to have him down at the 20. This Bulldog team is fired up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I saw on that one, number 79, Carter Coates, comes through, takes out about 2 blockers himself, and made that possible for the Bulldogs to stop him back there right at the 20-yard line.
Every minute that passes in this game, the Bulldogs dauber gets a little higher and a little higher and a little higher. Yep. And that Cannon Falls offense starts to press just a little bit. This is not an offense, I don't think, that's used to trailing.
No, and it'll be interesting to see if Cannon Falls was going to test that Bulldog secondary. They'd probably want to do it here with it at their backs. As we said earlier, in the first meeting, the Bombers only passed it twice. So far today, we've only seen them once attempt to pass, and that was on the 2-point conversion, and there was nothing going.
Never got it out of his hand, yeah. So we are still at 0 pass attempts. That brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Last back through gets it that time. Bulldogs stand him up. Number, not sure who was on the carry that one. What was that? Victor Martinez Sosa on the tackle there. Bulldogs did a pretty good job of handling Hamel, the leading rusher, put 177 on the Bulldogs first time. Only one big run for him in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be...
Nope, it's the other one.
Oh.
6-13.
I will say this, though. I've been faked out a couple times on this. I am answering a question from a text at home. Somebody was asking why the Bulldogs didn't go for 2 on that last one. I would guess there's a very universal go for it chart out there, and I'm assuming it said go for 1. Oh, there's a little burst through. Bulldogs.
That's 26 Hamel. Just talked about him.
You know what I'm going to say, though? It's very similar to a pitcher's duel. We can give up a double, but we can't give up a home run.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you got to make them work for it. And similar to last week against Lake City, the Bulldogs had to make Lake City win that game.
Well, different personnel in there right now for the Bulldogs, too.
In the first game, yeah, the Bulldogs kind of made some mistakes and let Lake City kind of look pretty good in that first game. And granted, the Lake City Tigers are very good.
Yep.
But the Bulldogs had some things not go their way, put the ball on the ground. So when we were watching at home, we said the Bulldogs need to make Lake City win that game. And I think you have to make Cannon Falls go 10, 12, 14 plays on these drives. We're down to 4.5 in the third quarter already. Cannon Falls at midfield, second back through. He's going to be out to about the 46.
He's tackled by Caden Peters. John Banks there on the carry. Got Brady Herbert in for the Bulldogs, playing a little bit of linebacker right now. And then on the line, they replaced Dietrich, who was on the last series. And I can't quite see who we got over there right now.
Almost looks like number
No, it
3.
is Herbert. It is Herbert. That's number 3 Herbert playing in that position where we saw Dietrich's last series.
But it looks like Coach Wingert's front thing here is he's trying to tie up that center. Oh, damn it, Monzo. All right, so looks like Coach Wingert's strategy a little bit here is to tie up that center so that he can't get out on the linebackers and make him really chase some speed.
Yep.
Right. He's got a big body, and if he can get hands on him, he's going to be okay. But we got to make him work for it, and it seems to be working so far. That's a penalty on the Bulldogs. Little skittish down in there, jumped. Bulldogs got to limit those penalties. Can't make it hurt themselves. Up the middle, that's a grinder down to about the 27. Hamill has been doing pretty good up the middle. Bulldogs are taking care of those edge players, but they're not giving up the home run.
Nope.
3.5 left and 3:45 left in the third quarter. With a late start, we're still humming right along. Only 9 o'clock, especially considering we started about 45 minutes late. Bulldogs bottle that one up.
Quarterback pulled that one out. Otto, the junior, pulls that one out, goes to the wide side. That's going to be a pickup of about 2-3.
Yeah.
2-3 yards there for Otto on that
makes
one.
it 2nd and 6 or 7. Long 6, short 7 for the Bombers. They're definitely in 4-yard territory. Bulldogs have sturdied up here a couple times down
up
deep.
The middle.
Bulldogs stopping him. One thing we talked about earlier in the game when we're playing assignment football, we want to hit all the potential ball carriers, and the Bulldogs have been doing that. And quite honestly, you're starting to see a little body language change out of those Cannon Falls ball carriers. They're not really enjoying it, getting a little frustrated, maybe a little pressing a little bit, maybe not carrying out their fakes quite as tough.
Good second effort there. He's going to be
short.
Not much.
Oh, yeah.
John Bake's going to respond.
4. It's going to be 4th and very short, less than 1. Bulldogs have held here before.
Need to get some push here on that defensive front.
Who is, can you see who they have in there to play on the nose on that center?
We got
It's still Herbert.
Colton's in there, and then they've got
Allen.
Yep, Colton's in there over center. They got Cody in there. Dietrich's back in the game.
All right, here we go.
I believe
4th and a very short here. What we don't want to give up is a touchdown, even if we give up a first down. Quarterback checks. Maybe changing the play to line. A little quarterback sneak. He's going to get it. He's not going to get it by a ton, but he's going to get it.
Yep.
First down.
All right, so Otto with the keeper there picks up just enough for the first down, and they're going to have 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
I think he needed a half a yard. He got a yard and a half, I think. Bulldogs running that state-of-the-art 5-3.
Honestly, I think they got Files is up there on the line.
On the nose now. Coach Winger throwing some speed at both safety out of the game. Bulldogs have committed everything to the run, have pulled the safety.
And goes to Callahan Anderson.
Probably going along with the theory that I had when I was coaching the defense. You get down tight here, usually your free safety, about all he does is get a real good look at a touchdown pass, especially against a running team. Right, so you might as well get might as well get that pass defender out of there, get a linebacker in there.
All right, we're looking at 2nd and 8 here. Good push again for the Bulldogs.
Against a team that has almost attempted one pass this game.
Yeah.
And by that, you mean no offense to the Bombers, but they've been really grinding it out. They had a 2-point conversion, ran a play action, which was a great play call. But Bulldogs covered up. They get pressure on the ball, and he doesn't even get rid of the ball. Bulldogs end up getting a sack.
That's going to be the it for the third quarter. Bulldogs take the lead in this one, 14-12. Both teams going to have a chance to think about this third down call.
It's going to be got a barn burner going on here in Rochester.
Yep, absolutely. It's a fun one here at Rochester Regional Sports Stadium as the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers are here against the number 3 seeded Bulldogs. Again, we talked about it earlier. Cannon Falls, 7 teams in the section. Cannon Falls got a first round bye,
which is huge.
Second round.
Turn around, play that MEA game, get a first round bye. You don't have to play that extra game. Then you go into that semifinal game, which is, for my money, the toughest game to win in any tournament.
And they had to face a Rochester Lured team who was much better than their record to get here against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, on the other hand, came in as a 3 seed, took on the number 6 team, the Zumbrota Mazeppa Cougars, took care of them, and then went over to Lake City and knocked off the number 2 seed Lake City Tigers last Saturday, winning that one 27-7.
Yeah, in the regular season, the Lured Eagles gave Cannon Falls everything they wanted. I believe that was a 1-score game, 21-14 or 17-14, something like that.
Yep.
And Cannon Falls able to flip the script on that one, put a ton of points on the Eagles.
Lured Eagles played both of these teams pretty tight. Kevin Lamb made a beautiful call on a fake punt here at Rochester Regional Stadium when the Bulldogs were playing the Eagles, and that was the difference in that game. Really turned the tides anyway.
Yeah, emotional, big lift. All right, Bulldogs dig in down here. 3rd and about 5. Let's see what we get. Oh,
right up the middle.
That's right up the gut. He's going to be inside the 5. And there's that, you see that big push, those linemen peeling off and getting behind that back and pushing. So now they're going to be down inside the 2. Get a fresh set of downs. It's going to be 1st and 10. Oh, they did call him down at the 3. I thought he was going to be closer to the 2. All right, 11:48 left to play here at Rochester Regional Sports Center.
That was Caden Priest, the sophomore middle linebacker for the Bulldogs, on the tackle there.
All right, second back through. He's going to score. Now,
that's 30 for the Bombers. Callahan Anderson.
All right, so now we go for 2, goes to 20. It's a 6-point game. Extra point wins it.
Yep.
Think we can put together an 11.5-minute drive here?
Absolutely.
I'd love to see it.
All right. Bulldogs have stopped the Bombers on their first 2 2-point attempts. And they do it again.
They do it again, I think.
Somebody blows the whistle.
It's going to be short. All right, the Bombers have yet to convert an extra point in this game, which I think is honestly a big part of their game plan. Is if you're going to trade touchdowns, you're going to trade 8 for 7.
Yep.
Right. So that's a touchdown they've left on the field. That's 6 points. 3 missed extra points.
That's quick math.
I know, right? I even did it in my head.
Not bad for an English teacher.
I know. It's a good thing I didn't have mittens on. I wouldn't have been able to do it that fast. All right. So the Bulldogs are set to receive here. They'll have the wind at their backs going into this 4th quarter. Now, interestingly enough, quarterback Connor McGuire, second-rated statistically quarterback in the conference, had a little more trouble throwing the ball with the wind at his back than he did with the wind in his face.
Well, we don't have a really large sample set here yet. McGuire maybe made 3-4 pass attempts in this game.
Yeah.
But both you are correct. Both shots that he took downfield was with the wind at their back.
Bulldogs playing onside kick here. Last time the Bombers kicked into the wind, they did an onside kick here. So Bulldogs taking no chances. Wind blows the ball off the tee. We'll see if we get a holder out there.
back deep for the Bulldogs here is number 29, Jason Files.
We must have.
Cade must be up on the
Cade
hands
must
team.
be up on the hands team.
Yep, he's in the second.
Yep, 23 right here on the side. A whole different kind of scenario here. This will be interesting. If we have a holder, it's going to make an onside kick a little different. I don't think it's impossible, but it's a little different. State High School League, in the interest of safety, has really changed the onside kick rules. A few years ago, well, it's been quite a few years ago now, St. Charles Saints used to onside kick all the time. And we get just a little poochie. Oh, we get a little, all right. Looks like we got Files on the
reverses
return.
direction. It's got a little bit of room there.
Room out to the 30. He's going to be out to about the 32. Pretty decent field position for the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, absolutely. Bulldogs in their first possession of both halves scored. First possession of this half did a real nice job of mixing things up, ultimately hitting Johnny on the outside for the touchdown pass.
Well, a high percentage throw, which is almost a handoff. Interesting special teams strategy tonight out of the Bombers. We've seen an onside kick and now a kind of a directional squibber into a corner. I don't know what the game plan is on that exactly, but it seems to be working. They're ahead 18-14 Bulldog offense in that familiar gun formation. McGuire on the throw. He's got, appears to be Files is going to be just short of a first down.
He is tackled by number 9, Lotion, the safety for Cannon Falls.
Just drop a Lotion.
Loshki.
It's a slippery fellow, that Lotion.
Beat me to it. All right. All right, so Bulldogs coming out passing in this one.
All right. So here we go, 10:50 to play. We got a 2nd and 2.
See, the closest thing the Bulldogs have to a power formation here is they got that second back next to McGuire.
Yep, there's the snap. Oh, a little flea flicker. He's got a man on the sideline.
Peyton trying to get position.
Oh, no, pretty well covered, actually. Bomber cornerback really does a good job realizing that inside run, not his play. Stays with their wide receiver. Good play. I like that play call by Coach Lamb, though, because you know what it does? It's going to stretch that Bomber defense a little bit. Keep that pass in the brain, that deep ball. We've had thrown 3 deep balls today. We haven't connected on one, but they've all been close.
One thing I've noticed, too, Bombers switching their defensive sides quite a bit. I don't know if it's a personnel thing or if it's a formation thing. You see those linebackers and those D-backs running from one side of the field to the other. Bulldogs might be able to call 2 plays in a timeout, catch them sleeping a little bit, trying to get into their scheme.
Right. You see Tennis off the left tackle. He's going to be bottled up short. Bring Brett 4th and short. Interesting play call situation now for Coach Lamb.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it on 4th and 1.
10:20 left in this one, 4th quarter.
If I'm staring Bill Erke in the face, I'm nodding my head to go for it.
Yep.
The other thing is, though, you got the wind at your back. You could really bury them. But even if you bury them and they score, then you're down 2 scores. I think you got to keep your foot on the gas here. I agree with this call. If you get it, you're a genius. McGuire on the keep.
He's got plenty of room.
He's got plenty of room. He's got a first down. Wisely, I think, for a heady play by a high school quarterback, did not take that big hit by that. Looked like Loschke out there maybe on the tackle.
Yep.
Now Loschke is playing safety today, but he definitely got a linebacker body.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. He's the number 2 ball carrier for the Bulldogs, and he's in the top 6, I think, top 5, 6 rushers in the conference.
6 foot, 190-pound senior Colton Loschke.
He's number 4 in the conference in rushing. Hamel being the number 1 rusher in the conference. Hamel.
There's that quick.
Oh.
That was I feel like
sure
that one looked like. I know that Connor McGuire occasionally on that quick hitter does not hold the laces. He just throws that ball the way he catches it. And it looks like that one came out a little necro.
Yep. Yeah, threw the knuckleball there for sure. But I'm wondering there, I think he was waiting for Files to make move in on that one.
That seemed to have both a little knuckleball and a little miscommunication.
And Files kind of floated out on that one. I think McGuire towards him a little bit, make that a shorter pass.
Yep. Catcher was expecting a fastball and he threw a knuckler. All right, McGuire on the keep. He's gonna have a good gain.
Got Johnny just by the jersey there as John was looking to cut that one back up the middle of the field. So we got 2nd and 10 here from the Bomber 29. Bulldogs putting together a nice drive so far here.
2nd and 10. Let's see what Coach Lamb dials up. That familiar gun formation. Twins on the near side. McGuire going to roll the pocket. Eludes a player. He's got a man open. Oh. Does a good job throwing it to green and letting the receiver try to make a play on it. Schumacher has a little space on the corner there, but he's unable to haul that one in.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 there. Had both Files and Schumacher working that near side of the end zone here.
Ball skips past the soccer goals down there, back behind the big air ventilators for the dome to go up, and so they had to retrieve that, so we had a little delay there. Bulldogs come to the line, 3rd and 10. Again, guaranteed 4-down territory. Now, Tennis on the carry. He's going to be short.
All right, so Bulldogs staring down their 3rd, 4th down of this drive.
According to Tech Director Ben Peter, we are back. 7 minutes left on the clock. Here live, we're at 6:16. Fourth and about 6. Now here's another question. Speaking of Glenn Schmidt, got the wind at your back. Where do you got to get for a field goal for him, especially if it comes down to a drive after this possession? Connor McGuire back to pass. Statue again. Same play.
Gets upfield and the first down.
Same result. That defensive coordinator for the Bombers has got to be going wild right now, telling his DN to stay home.
That's Files again with the carry.
When you watch that, maybe if we get a break here, we'll maybe run not we're going to do that. I'm getting the no shake.
No, we're not going to run a replay of that.
Okay. So, but anyway, when you see that statue, when we first put that in the playbook, we used to run that to Chris Madke, who was flat out fast. And when that running back gets that ball, he just goes literally as fast as he can. That is a foot race play.
McGuire rolls out. Oh! Just out of the reach there of Peyton Schumacher.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Bombers 13-yard line.
Connor McGuire having a good game, but not really having the completions that he is used to getting. But all of his incompletions have been very effective because he's not like missing horribly, and he's not getting sacks and throwing things away.
Good pressure from the Bombers on that one too. He was running out of time, had to get rid of it a little bit quicker than he maybe wanted to.
Here comes that Bulldog offense, 2nd and 10.
McGuire takes it.
McGuire on the key.
Oh, and we're going to have
ball is out. All right, here we go.
Flag on the field. We'll see. Legals decline. Cannon Falls going to take over here.
Yeah, we had a little Canadian Football League, 2 guys in motion there.
All right, so the Bombers are going to take over. 5 minutes left.
Hey, Bulldogs need a stop here. Bad news is you don't score. Good news is you have the Bombers deep, right? They are playing with a 4-point lead, but we'll see what they pull out of the hat.
Bombers come up.
Bulldogs dig in.
Last back through gets that one. Gonna have a pickup of about 4 yards.
It's going to be about 7, I think.
Head off to Golden Black. Big Schumacher on the tackle with the Bulldogs.
It's officially going to be a 6-yard game.
4 Bombers. From their own 15-yard line.
Bombers going to be more than happy to try and chew clock here.
Bulldogs do have all 3 timeouts left as well.
Bulldogs dig in. That's going to bring up a third and
short.
yeah, third and a short 1.
Cannon Falls been most effective here in the running game when they're giving it to that first back through Hummel, especially in the second half here.
In that power T, we haven't talked about this much, but that middle back in those 3 backs is your speed threat. He's your home run threat. The 2 outside backs are if you're used to a fullback, halfback kind of scenario, that the fullback in this is your home run hitter. Your 2 halfbacks, if you're looking at that as kind of a
Got the first down there for the Bombers.
if you're looking at that in a situation where those outside guys are in that wishbone, where those are your home run guys, they're not. They're your fullbacks.
All right.
It's almost an inverted wishbone, really.
Got 3:40 here. Clock ticking down here. Bombers with a fresh set of downs and a 4-point lead against the Bulldogs. Play clock running down here to 5-6 seconds. Last back gets it that time.
Bulldogs stop them for
Quick timeout here, I'm assuming.
Yep, I assume we'll get a quick timeout here from Coach Lamb. Yep, there we get it. All right. Bulldogs, literal masters of their own destinies right here.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Right, we got it. I think a first down is pretty tough on the Bulldogs here.
Absolutely. Yep.
3:10 to play. You got 688 people watching at home. I don't know what your buffering is at, but here live we got 3:10 to play. Bulldogs trail by 4. They got the Cannon Falls Bombers pinned deep. It's 2nd and 10. Coach Wingert and that Bulldog defense have really put together an incredible game tonight. Bulldogs were driving and threatening, unfortunately put the ball on the turf. So the Bulldogs scrambling a little bit now to try and get the ball back. The clock definitely not their friend. 3:10 to play, wind at their back.
2nd and 10 Bombers.
If I'm the Bombers, I'm giving it to that lead back, that Hamill, right up the middle.
21-yard line. 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Otto under center. Gives it right up the middle. That's not Hummel. That's going to be number 2,
But he is
Banks.
going to be short.
Or excuse me, that's number 8.
Another Bulldog timeout is going to bring up a third, about 4. This is a big
Loschke.
play.
Excuse me, number 9, Loschke there with the carry.
Timeout. Bulldogs.
Slippery ball player, that Loschke. No comment?
I'm not touching that one. All right. It's been a heck of a game here. Despite the late start at Rochester Regional Sports Stadium. 3rd and 5. The Bulldog faithful are up on their feet. Here's they're waiting for the Cannon Falls Bombers to break their huddle here. 3rd and 5 from the 26-yard line. Looks over the sideline. Second back gets it.
Back. He's going to be short.
He's going to be short. Interesting again here.
4th and 1.
4th and 1.
Deep.
You're within that striking distance for the Bulldogs. If you turn it over right now, we haven't seen Cannon Falls punt this season. I don't think the Bulldogs haven't.
We haven't seen him for sure. The Bulldogs haven't.
Get another timeout. Who called that timeout? We did.
So the Bulldogs used their last timeout.
Yep. So we're out. Cannon Falls still got 3 of them on the board.
4th and a
long 2.
It is a long 2. I would, from my vantage point, I would call it 3, which honestly in this offense makes a difference. Now, if you're Cannon Falls, do you punt? Do you go long count, hard count, try to get them to jump, and then call a timeout of your own? Do you go play action, throw your first pass of the night? This is interesting.
If I had a guess, I think you give it to that first back through.
Yeah.
Look to push the pile. I mean, I'd be
give
surprised
it to
if they do anything else.
Yep. I'd give it to Carson Hamill.
The Bulldogs are going to be ready. You just got to think that your team is going to be able to get the 2-yard push.
All right, here we go. Second back
They get
through.
the stop.
Bulldogs are going to tackle for a loss.
They're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left. No timeouts for the Bulldogs. About the 22.
So honestly, 2:40. The no timeouts might be okay.
Yep.
A field goal does us no good. It's a touchdown for a section title here. Unless we score on the first play from scrimmage here, Cannon Falls not going to have much time left on the clock. Connor McGuire got his destiny in his own hands here. Coaches in the booth next door are fired up. They like their chances here.
We got Peyton Schumacher out wide this side. On the far side, it's Caden Peters and Johnny Evers in the slot.
See if we stick with the running game. He's going to throw the ball. He's got pressure. He escapes. Oh, that's going to be a block.
Short.
That's going to be a block and a back against the Bulldogs, and that's an unfortunate call because the lineman just pushed him, and then after he did it, he knew it, and the flag came out, and that's the human aspect of playing with high school kids.
Johnny Evers open for a second there, but McGuire gets flush. They're going to pick it up.
They are going to pick it up. All right.
So McGuire gets flushed from the pocket there. Had Evers right across the middle, I think, but just too much pressure from the Bombers, and Connor was forced out of that pocket. Just didn't see it.
Right.
Looks for Peters, throws it a little bit short. Pretty safe throw there. Wasn't going to get picked.
The Bombers get just enough pressure on McGuire to get his eyes off downfield for just a split second.
I say you run the exact same play there.
Or do you run statue?
Right up the middle.
Dennis is going to be right up the middle. He's going to be close to the 20. He's going to be down at about the 22. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Hey, interesting time here in Bulldog land. 3rd and 5.
They've done a nice job of keeping Cannon Falls guessing on what's coming versus run versus pass here. And this is a perfect situation right here.
Coach Mike Nielsen on the sideline is probably in Coach Lamb's ear to run the statue keep, where we're going to run the statue play, and then the quarterback is going to throw a deep post route. Hey, 4th in the ball game right here.
Yep. Hand the ball off to Tentis there. He's stopped on the far side by that stout Cannon Falls front. 4th and 2 needs to be stated here. Bulldogs do not need a home run ball here. They need 2 yards to extend this.
2 yards and 1 inch.
Got to get the ball into the hands of one of those playmakers.
Yep. Might be a good time for a jet motion.
Nope. Connor straight ahead. He's going to get it.
I think he's got it.
I think he's got it. Come on.
They call it. They don't even measure it. They call it first down.
Cannon Falls probably going to call a timeout here shortly, I would guess.
I'm a little surprised that Cannon Falls is not calling for a measurement. Maybe it was not as close as it looked like from, yeah, but maybe it's not as close as we thought it is up here.
Got Patey all by himself, man coverage here on this side.
That Cannon Falls defensive coordinator frantically.
There it is again.
There's your statue. Get running, get out of bounds, something. There you go. He's down to about the 10.
Interesting to bring that statue back the other way. That's been an Achilles' heels for the Cannon Falls Bombers.
All right, we got 2nd and 4. Again, a minute left here. Here's where those body blows to those Cannon Falls backs are going to pay off in spades here for the Bulldogs. Guys are worn down, got hands on hips out there. Always got to be watching for that threat on the outside. Lots of speed for the Bulldogs. Here we got twins going out. We got Johnny in the slot, Caden Peters wide on the left, Peyton Schumacher wide on the right.
McGuire to throw.
Right across the middle. He's got Johnny. He reaches out.
He's down.
He's down.
I think he's at about the 1 inch line.
They're going to call him at the 1. They're not going to give him the reach out. He got 53 seconds left in the game.
It's going to wind here.
Bulldogs are on the 1.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. You got 1 yard to go. You got 50 seconds to get there. It is a first down and goal from the, they're calling it the 2.
McGuire in the shotgun. It's going to take it straight ahead. Powers his way into the end zone.
Yes! Bulldogs score! That is huge!
Connor McGuire powers his way. Second effort.
That is a Cole and Clay Olsted, no soup for you touchdown. That's a stud quarterback on a DB, and the quarterback takes his destiny in his own hands, powers it in. 30 seconds to go. Bulldogs up 20-18. Extra point here puts us up 3. Cannon Falls probably not going to kick, especially into the wind.
No, I'll tell you what though. The other thing we got the wind at our back. Glenn Schmidt could pin them deep, force them to get a long field here. I don't think you want to give the Cannon Falls on this ensuing kickoff here. I don't think you want to give them anything as far as a squib or anything like that. I think you pin them back as far deep as you can.
At this point, Bill Erkey's got me on the sideline and he's asking me if I want to put a third safety in the game. And I'm telling him I'm not. I'm going to run the defense that has got us here.
Going to dance with the lady that brought you.
Yeah, Cannon Falls has almost attempted 1 pass this game. Let's see. Well, no, I know. No, swear to God,
yeah.
They rolled out on that extra point and he didn't get the ball off. It sounds facetious to say, but it's honest.
Here, I want to talk in just a second about 2 possessions ago. Bulldogs driving down the field. Connor McGuire takes one up the middle, gets stood up a little bit. Ball comes out, puts the ball on the ground. Cannon Falls gets the ball back. Connor McGuire gets a second chance at it on the goal line.
Redemption.
Powers through it. Just a big play from a big player there, number 18.
Let's see what Glenn Schmidt's got in his foot here with 31 seconds to go. Bill Erkey is sitting at deer camp right now. He wants to know 2 things. Are we going to put an extra safety in, and who's got the C gap?
Glenn Schmidt pins him deep. That ball's going to be into the end zone.
That's all right. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that, but I will say the only thing about that is no time off the clock. But I'll take it. We pinned him about as deep as we could. We did not give him a chance to hit any sort of reversing pitching, any weird chaos. No tomfoolery in the game. Right? All right. Now, if you're the Bombers, the Bulldogs danced with the one that brung them. Do the Bombers come back to Hamel?
I'm not sure. JV game. Cannon Falls Bulldogs, they ran a triple reverse back to the quarterback, pass down the field to beat our JV a few weeks back. They do have some. Tom is in the playback. Here he drops back for the pass. Otto looking downfield, plenty of time, but nobody open. And that's Victor had a chance at that one.
Victor Martinez Sosa has a chance at an interception.
10-second pass play there.
Cannon Falls goes into passing mode. Reminds me of at one point the St. Charles Saints were riding about an 11 or 12 game conference winning streak, running that toss offense, and we had them down on our field in the snow.
Here we go.
And all of a sudden they came out spread and we knew we had them.
Drops it back again. Otto looking back, looking downfield, hits the receiver.
He's got a man
That's
to
a
the
pickup
30.
of about 10.
13 seconds to play.
Quick timeout
with
by the
70
Bombers.
yards to go.
And a reminder, short award ceremony immediately following the last game.
All right, 13 seconds left. Bombers just attempted the first two passes of the game.
Well, Bombers going into the win. One thing they have is they're playing on the turf that is this artificial surface. Is weather does not affect it. I mean, as good a groundskeeper as Kevin Kyle Holtz is, it doesn't look like this in November. I want to give a shout out to a guy named Matt Ladewig, who had a son playing in that Zumbrota Mazeppa game. Back in about 2000, he said, great teams play in November. The great teams play in November. And you're seeing that tonight. The Cannon Falls Bombers and the Bulldogs here. I would guess Cannon Falls going to drop back to throw here.
They put 2 more seconds back on the clock for the Cannon Falls Bombers. They have a little bit more time.
Yeah, second back through. They're going to grind it.
Another timeout coming.
Yep, just to see if they could sneak one past the linebackers there. Bulldogs up 21-18 for the 820 people at home. Incredible game you're getting to watch here at Rochester Sports.
Been an interesting night here at the Rochester Regional Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
About a 50-minute delay due to some electricity issues with the lights. Kids got on the field, started this one at 7:50 rather than 7 o'clock.
We started with no electricity on this field, and it's been all electricity for 48 minutes.
Both teams scoring on their opening drive. Cannon Falls scored their second touchdown with 22 seconds left in the first half to take a 12-7 lead into the break. Bulldogs come out, score on their opening drive, turn the ball over here in the fourth quarter, but get a second chance at it with under 4 minutes, capitalize, and now they have the lead, 21-18, 10 seconds left.
To play.
Otto
Gonna
drops
roll
back,
out, got a wheel route.
looking downfield.
He's got
Good break
nice
up there by
play.
Caden Peters.
Even if he completes that pass, that's okay. Right, it's a good breakup. I'll give it to him, but we're down to 4 seconds to play. Right, and now the number 1 seed, scoring 40 points a game. Bulldogs, are you believers? Bulldog faithful, do you believe in this team now? If you didn't before, you better now. They're going to go up and take, unless some sort of chaos occurs in the next 4 minutes, they're going to be taking on Breck. It's going to be the Section 4 AAA champion in your state tournament,
State
quarterfinal game. The Elite 8 survived that round of 16, that Sweet 16. I just got a shout out from Bulldog great Michael Cassett. He says he is a believer.
All right. Woo! Woo!
I like that Michael told me he was a believer, because at one point I thought maybe he was a believer, like a Justin Bieber believer.
Believer.
Hi, Mike. Here we go. 4 seconds to play. Rochester Regional Sports Stadium. Bulldogs up 21-18. Cannon Falls lining up the ball on their own 36.
Not a single person here in this stadium on their butts. Everybody on their feet, both sides. Great crowd all night. Bulldogs looking to stop the Bombers for one more play.
Now,
Guys got a lot of fire out there, but we got
Bulldogs.
to make sure we're watching those
Bulldogs,
assignments.
keep your heads. You played assignment football the whole game. You got to do it for one more play.
One more play.
Let's see if we get a different we do not get a different formation out of the Cannon Falls Bombers. They got 65 yards to go. Quarterback's going to keep.
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's the ball game.
Interesting.
That's an interesting call with 4 seconds to go. All right. Hey, let's just watch the celebration for a little bit.
Get in there on those kids there, man. Coach Simon. All right.
Good job, guys.
All right. The Bulldog side of the bleachers is shaking here. Number 3 seeded Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs upset the number 1 seeded Cannon Falls Bombers 21-18 at the Rochester Regional Sports Stadium at RCTC. Fun one tonight for the Bulldogs. Both teams, great effort. Great seasons for both of these groups. Cannon Falls, heck of a team out there. Heck of a group of seniors for those guys. But ultimately, Bulldogs come through. The 1 AAA winner going to be playing against Breck. Breck winning 45 to 13 over St. Croix Lutheran in that 4 AAA championship game. So that opening round should be a good one.
I see Coach Winger down there on the side trying to catch his breath. I know that feeling. If I had to give a game ball tonight, I'm going to give it to Coach Darren Winger. That game plan that he put together tonight, and I don't know what he told those kids, but they believed, and they followed him to war, and they came out victors. I could not be more proud of these guys.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, we appreciate you folks at home tuning in, letting us humor ourselves a little bit tonight. We appreciate everything that the Bulldog Nation Foundation makes available to our students, including this live stream for you folks at home to follow along with. Congratulations to both teams on a great season. Special congratulations to your Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldog Section 1 AAA champions 2021.
Yep, big congratulations to Coach Lamb. I'm just going to say, and the coaching staff, for the simple fact that I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to forget anybody.
Yep.
Just big thanks to Scott Flatham for helping us make this happen, get a little broadcast out here on the